That is a nice, robust pour of coffee.
I really hope that did not make you feel like you have to pee.
That's what my concern was when we first started this podcast. I was like, will people think that this is like the sound of urine happening? But I know that people understood, but I thought, like, are people going to bitch and think it was going to make them pee? But everyone liked it, so...
I mean, it was your suggestion, so we're rolling with the punches here.
So hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Coffee with Rachel.
It's surprising we made it this far.
No, it's not. I am sticking with this. I love this. So, anyway, what are we drinking this evening? It's a Monday night?
Yeah.
Monday night at 9:30. Chris doesn't have work tomorrow, which means party. Not
party,
really.
Podcasting.
I'm getting slightly fucked up over here, but it's just because it's natural. Go ahead, tell us what we're drinking, Chris.
So, because we're just so obsessed with Trader Joe's, you may have heard of it before, we are drinking Trader Joe's Organic Fair Trade Breakfast Blend.
It's not breakfast time.
At all.
At all, no.
I generally like breakfast blends because they're more of like medium, lighter roasts, so they're not like burnt, basically.
We're
Starbucks.
really, yeah, we just keep shitting on Starbucks. We're never going to get that sponsorship, Chris. No, I just think that, like, we're really specific about not having that burnt flavor in our coffee. We really like a nice, kind of... Smooth, yeah, that's the word I want. I was going to say robust, but I think I've killed that word in recent times.
It's lost all meaning.
What if I get a fucking tattoo that says robust? I would never do this.
No, Jesus.
I've been so picky about tattoos for myself, because I know that I want one, but I won't get one until I'm like, I will die for this thing that I want. So the ocean ones I will get, yes.
I think you should get the word robust right underneath your monster tattoo.
Oh, you're right. Like, I say that I'm getting my first tattoo, but that's just because I don't even, like, think of my monster tattoos as a first. It was kind of like when I started to feel alive, and so all of the monster tattoos that kind of are slowly starting to cover my body, I think of them as more like life experience. So my first tattoo will be something that doesn't mean as much as Monster energy drink means to me.
I feel you.
So shout out to Monster for sponsoring this episode of with
energy drink with Rachel.
Honestly, what if we invited the report of the week over and he was a guest on our fucking podcast and we drank energy drinks with him and talked about them?
I think he could probably fill up like an entire podcast length of time with just talking about like one singular like Pop-Tart.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There's so many components to a Pop-Tart. If you guys don't watch him, he's the report of the week on YouTube. I have talked about him many times if you're familiar with my channel, but he's just like this kid that I don't know where he lives. Like either upstate New York or like Massachusetts. It's Northeast, yes.
It's something I've never can pinpoint.
But it sounds like, alright, so it sounds like he's a Northeastern, but at the same time it sounds like his voice is being thrown from the 40s. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not wrong.
Same with his attire.
Yeah, he dresses in like really nice suits. He has got like the Donald Draper haircut, and he just reviews frozen pizza and energy drinks, and it's flawless.
I admire his gumption and his honesty, because he has a Patreon account, but he doesn't have like any like perks for anybody.
He's just like, the perk is that I'm here and I'm doing this, and we don't know if it's like a fucking bit or if it's him. I deep down think that this is him. He doesn't have comments turned on, so it's kind of like hard. He's very mysterious. He's like the Lemony Snicket of YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh, I'm too cool.
One day he'll show up at
VidCon
or VidCon.
I can't even picture him like being in the same room as real YouTubers. You know what I mean? Because like he's just like in an
He is the real YouTuber.
Yeah, he's the realist. He hasn't sold out. He hasn't done a sponsorship.
Honestly,
fuck people trying to make money. You know what I mean?
He has like the perfect platform to like take every sponsorship, because you would never know.
I know. Well, I mean, you have to disclose that shit, but like, oh man, I don't know. He's a gem, so you really need to follow him, but that was not what we intended to make this podcast. We're just kind of hanging out because Chris has been dealing...
Because it's been a fucked up week.
Yeah, honestly, guys, you don't even fucking know what we've been fucking dealing with. But we're just, like, waiting for things to fucking improve and our situation to get fixed before we even fucking talk about it, because it's like, I don't want to jinx shit.
It's one of those things that, like, the biggest hurdle is time. It just takes a lot of time, the shit that I am going through right now, and it's
only been a week, but it has been, like, an emotionally exhausting... Yeah, this week has been fucking terrible, so we were like, alright, let's do a fucking podcast and talk, just, like, hang out, you know, and just talk about some stuff that we have been doing aside from being stressed, because, like, honestly, we, like, low-key haven't done shit, except for, like, fucking try to fix this shit.
But silver lining throughout the week has just been seeing once again how much you guys have been enjoying this. That's really been, like, a positive thing in my life all throughout this week, is just seeing all the responses from you guys.
Yeah, because we didn't film the first podcast because this thing fucking happened. And so we were, like, really upset, and then we were like, well, let's just, you know, get the podcast started. We were both really excited about it, and so we've been doing it. We've been loving it. And, like, I feel like we're going to start, like, ending up, like, pre-recording these, or, like, maybe posting more often, because, like, I feel like I'm finding myself more in the mood to sit down and record these, you know, during the week. It's really
nice.
It is fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. But, yeah, so
we're just going to we're going to chill, we're going to gab, you know, have a little talk, anything.
I think we're going to try and go sometime this week to get the P.O. box set up.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Really sorry about that, too. Things have been happening, and so it's kind of been put on the back burner, like, for a little bit. Like, we've just been getting our ducks in a row and whatnot.
Fuck those ducks, man. Ride the ducks. If you live in Seattle, there's, like, this tourist attraction that we never did when we got here. Like, we went in the Space Needle, we walked in the Pike Place Market, you know, we did all that shit, Gumwall, Fremont Troll, everything that you do. But the one thing we didn't do is ride the fucking ducks. And I don't think I'll ever do it.
I feel like we're missing out on, like, a key Seattle cultural experience, but also at the same time, I don't really care.
Oh my god, no. Like, it's this car that drives around, and everybody has, like, duck bills and kazoos, and they just, you know, take them around Seattle, and then the big intrigue is that this bus thing actually turns into a goddamn boat and can float in the water, so, like, you know how Seattle's on the Puget Sound, the old Puget, and...
Nobody calls it this, it's only you.
When we first moved here, like, I forget who it was, but they were like, Rachel, no one calls it the Puget, they call it the Sound, and I was like, honestly... doesn't sound very cool. So it's going to be the Puget or the Puget when you're, like, at Target. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm at Target by the Puget. Honestly, how fancy am I in those moments?
Oh my god,
it's fucked up.
Please stop.
But listen, the ducks. So if you go to Target, like, you see this shit. Every 5 seconds, you're getting harassed by these ducks. And it's these people, and they're screaming, and they're ducking, and they're always playing, like, random...
pop songs.
Yeah, like, just... But not even pop. Like, what's that song that's like, I throw my hands up in the air sometimes? Like, it's that shit, you know? Like, yeah, so anyway.
Was that fucking Tayo Cruz?
Fuck, that was our song. Chris, do you remember that was our song? Not our song, what if it was?
Oh my god.
We're playing that at our wedding, folks. It's the song that I walked down the aisle to. No, it was our, like, every, I guess, college semester at Millersville, like, you get... a song.
That was, like, the anthem that was played at...
They played it every 5 minutes.
Every party, like, just everybody was listening to it all the time on the radio, whatever.
But that was also, when we first got there for orientation week, they had, like, all of the orientation leaders have to do a dance. And, because they're, like, stuck at school for, like, 2 weeks. I guess it was that year. I was
trying to think of what year it was.
Yeah, it was freshman fucking year. And they did a dance to that song, and I was, like, melting. Because we were in the fucking gymnasium. Oh, man.
I think next year was just Adele.
Oh, yeah. No, it might have been that year. No, it was Florence Welch.
No, I was working at the cafeteria by the time that...
The Upper Dick?
Yeah, Upper Dick. So,
well, I was working on campus too, and so we would listen to the same radio station, so, like, that, college was, like, the time that I really knew, like, what songs were, like, on the radio.
What, like, 5 songs were on the radio.
And it was all Katy Perry. That was, like, her prime, like...
That was, like, teenage dream
That
time.
was the year that, like, honestly, the set of, like, 5 years that... Yeah. She was just on the radio every 5 seconds, and, like, oh my god, me scooping ice cream and being like, summer after high school, when we first met. Like, I wanted to kill myself, but I just knew that every lyric, man. Oh, that was also, whoa, sometimes I get a good feeling.
Oh my god,
Marv
yeah.
would be like really into that one. Yeah, fuck this, man. That was a year for music, but
how the hell did we get on this?
whatever. Anyway, so we'll make a whole podcast about college experiences because that's where we met,
yeah,
and that's like all of our stories together happen at college. So, plus, I'm sure a lot of you guys are in college.
a lot of shit happened in college.
Yeah, it did.
But
yeah, it did. So, what'd you
anyway.
fucking do today, Chris?
Well, I worked today, so that was kind of lame. But a couple of days ago, I did get a package in the mail.
Oh yeah.
So when we moved here, we obviously got rid of like the most of our crap, and then
I was proud of us.
Yeah, I was really proud. Nothing cleans out like all the garbage that you own, like moving.
I literally went to my childhood bedroom and threw everything away. I didn't keep any old, like, fucking, I don't know, nostalgic shit. And
Exactly.
I felt so free. And I never thought that I would be the kind of person to, like, not hold on to things, but I don't.
Yeah.
I throw everything
I'm
away.
like, I have the memories, and so...
Thanks for the... Well, what if we don't? What if we still Alice the shit out of life?
Oh my god, please stop.
I like, honestly, once again, trigger warning to anyone who has ever had, like, someone in their life experience Alzheimer's, but I think that is, like, the number one scariest thing that can happen to somebody. And I think I just really, really hope that I've somehow prevented that with my diet or some shit.
By the time that would be a thing.
Get that cure out there.
Please.
But anyway.
So, got a package because we took, like, all the shit that, like, we needed when we moved. And then there was still just some stuff that, like, we wanted, but we didn't really need, so we were going to get it at a later date. My mom finally sent that stuff to us. One of the things was, we had just talked about it in the last podcast, episode 2. It was
my mug.
Your mug.
My favorite fucking mug that has...
What, you, like, posted that on, like, Snapchat or something?
Yeah, I think I did. I definitely snapped it.
I put it on the Patreon feed as well, too, but it's just like...
Oh, yeah. It's like a white mug that has a stainless steel bottom, so it keeps the coffee really warm in your mug, but it's not like you're holding, like, a big... tumbler or whatever,
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's got a lid, but the lid has been long gone. I just have the regular cup now. But I love that mug, and, like, honestly, seeing some shit that I haven't seen in over a year was, like, I got really emotional seeing that mug. Because, like, I can't get shit from my house.
Yeah.
So, I didn't even realize your mom still had some of my stuff. And, like, it was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
It felt really good. So that was really cool. But you got, like, everything ever.
So, one of the things that I had left behind was, when we moved, I brought my Xbox 360, and I brought a couple of games just because I was like, well, we're going to need something to do, because we're not going to have a lot when we get there.
Yeah.
And so then I finally got the rest of my video games sent to me, and it's a lot. I had a lot of games.
Yeah.
And so it was just really nice, like, feeling like I have all of my... collection here, especially since
oh my God,
like
those drawers. We have to tell them about the drawers.
Okay, but just because like the Xbox One is gonna have like the ability to play those games like in November, so like
it's coming up.
I'm excited to have those and play them on the Xbox One because my 360 is probably gonna die any day now.
Does that mean that I can Twitch 360 games since they'll be on the Xbox One? Will I be able to Twitch them?
That is a decision that is left to publishers, but
like popular games?
Generally, yes.
So I'm trying to think of, is there any 360 games that like...
Viva Pinata.
Well, duh, but we play the... Oh, wait, that is on the 360. Holy shit.
Exactly.
Well, that's it, folks. Like,
it's Viva Pinata, because honestly, like...
We get so into it.
God.
Like, you don't even fucking know. We have a spreadsheet that we have, like an Excel sheet that we made for this game to, like, get everything, because this game is so in-depth, but it's marketed as, like, a child's game.
Yeah, it's, like, it's one of those weird things. It's like a Pixar movie where, like, a kid watches it and they're like, oh, hey, fun, like, it's Wall-E, it's a robot and he's sad or whatever, and then, like...
Me?
And then, like, if you're, like, an adult, you, like, notice, like, all of the, like, the hidden shit and, like, all the things that are more subtle that a kid won't pick up on. It's like that, because, like, it's just these fucking...
It's all this hard stuff that, like, I mean, you can't even do it without a wiki. Like, you need the Viva
Honestly,
Pinata
unless
wiki.
you want to sit there for the rest of your life and just test random combinations of things.
it's fucked up. So that'll be a game that we definitely Twitch. I'm having a lot of fun on Twitch. I don't know if we talked about this in our last podcast, but we've been twitching. I hate saying that. I know you're supposed to say streaming, but I keep forgetting to like say that, you know? But I guess that's why I'm not a fucking pro at streaming. But like we've been playing Minecraft and building this like modern house and using all these random shitty Minecraft blocks and trying to make them look like other things. Like nothing's functioning, but it looks fucking cool.
Yeah, I think we're doing really good at like getting the aesthetics down.
We gotta take some screenshots.
Yeah.
Like, you guys should obviously be following me on Twitch. It's just Rachel Whitehurst. But, like, if you don't feel like watching us play, I'm definitely going to post some screenshots of this house. Because it's like, we take Sims and we apply it to Minecraft. And that's all we do. Yeah. That's the only part of Sims I really enjoy is, like, building everything and making my people look really nice. But
other than that, I mean, I don't know what other games we're going to play that are, like,
we'll have to look
Twitch.
through.
I'm just excited to have, like, all of the old games that I really enjoy.
His games, like the console that we bought for our TV to sit on, has those drawers that are, like, perfect for anything that's in, like, a game case like that or, like, a DVD case.
Yeah.
And so, like, our drawers now are filled with all of his movies and games. And they're, like, all perfectly in there. I'll have to, like, take a picture and put it on Snapchat.
It's just, like, one of those things, if you like seeing things that are, like, all in a row, really neat and organized, like, something that's, like, really visually pleasing like that, that's what that drawer is.
Yo, it's a good thing we got my desk when we did, because then I got to move all that stuff that was in the TV console table into my desk, and then we cleared up that space.
Honestly,
greatest
we
decision.
should be interior decorators.
No, we should be, like... There should be an HGTV show about Chris and I transforming your tiny space into a luxurious-looking, clean space and with all this hidden fucking storage. Because I feel like that's what our place looks like.
We are the masters of just, like, shopping through different websites and finding pieces that match our style and are reasonably priced and have a lot of hidden storage.
Reasonably priced is, like... I remember when we started talking about, like, this stuff, a lot of people were like, well, why don't you get... Because if you don't know, we live in a small-ass studio apartment. It's probably less than 500 square feet.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely small. There's only one room and then the bathroom. So, like, it's small, and we have this, like, long-ass hallway that's, like, most of our square footage. And so we've had to find, like... Yeah, I know. I can't wait until we move into something that does not have, like, a hallway and then a box, you know?
Yeah,
something that's, like, a whole rectangle would be sick. But... one day. But, like...
One day I will have my rectangle.
Yeah, I want a rectangle. No Seattle rectangles. But I feel like all of our... I remember people were telling me, like, well, why don't you get, like, one of those loft beds? Because then you could make use of your vertical space. And, like, I think what we've done here... Well, first of all, loft beds are fucking expensive. Like, they're, like, $600. Like, also, we spent, what, like, $100 on our bed frame? Not really.
It's really hard for the cats to get up there.
True. Well... I don't know.
Well, not Lila, because Lila gets up on, like, every high surface. Squeezy's a little bit more plumper.
Not for long. But he's also, like, not as agile as that binge. But, like, I feel like what we've done is our apartment doesn't look like... Because I feel like I would feel claustrophobic if I had this, like, giant-ass tall bed structure in this, like, small-ass room.
Yeah, it would be weird. It would really cut off the space.
And then you wouldn't even really be, like, able to see out the window and shit. I don't know. I'm, like, looking around now being like, no. But I think what we've done is, like, our space looks, like, very, like, we have not a lot of shit, but we do. It's just all hidden. And also some of it's in Chris's car. No, I'm just kidding. Curtains are.
So we need to be on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives so we can, you know, cook for Guy Fieri, and then we need a show on HGTV.
Well, my new goal is to get on Food Network Star. I think it's tangible. They have food bloggers and food, like, oh my god, guys. We're watching the newest season of Food Network Star. We started binge watching it, as you do. And I'm watching an episode, and I'm really good when I see people that I've seen, even if it's, like, for a split second in another thing. Oh my
god, this is really messed up.
This is, like, a fucked up talent that we can make an entire podcast about, but, like, I can... And even when they're, like, 20 years younger than they were, it's fucked up. So... Yeah, I'm thinking about that Mae Whitman time.
Exactly.
Mae Whitman was, like, a fucking infant. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, a brand new, fresh out of a womb baby. And I was like, is that Mae Whitman? I don't remember what show it was.
She was literally on the screen for, like, 3 seconds. She was, like, in a bed, so all you saw was, like, her head.
Her tiny child head. And I was like, Mae Whitman.
I hate it.
I am so good. So we're watching Food Network Star, and a blonde comes out that's like the guest judge on this episode, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And it's a food YouTuber that I watch on YouTube every once in a while. I honestly don't really watch her stuff because it's really catered towards like moms cooking for kids. But every once in a while, she's got a nice healthy recipe that I tune in for. And her name's Weelicious on YouTube. I don't know if you've ever caught her. And I was like, what the fuck? So it's tangible, I feel.
Yeah.
They had like a dirty ass raunchy comedian on. So like I feel like I could, and you know, he was obviously PG as hell. I feel like I could do it. So that's my new goal, either to be a fucking competitor or to be a guest on it.
To sit on the same side as Giada.
So close to Giada's cleavage. And yet also so close to Bobby Flay's cheekbones. And if Alton Brown's on that season, I'm all in, folks.
All in. Honestly, that's your ticket in.
Yeah, it is. It is my Twitter ticket. But yeah, we've been watching nonstop Food Network Star because I think that show is so fun. It's sirens out the ass right now. Sorry about that.
I'm really sorry for those sirens as they pick it up. But
it's GTA.
GTA, we're playing it actually.
Right now.
But the other thing about Food Network Star, we talk about this all the time, is that we feel like out of every competition show to like exist, this one is like the most legitimate at like getting people tested for the position, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I think HGTV also did a good job on whatever show it is that you
Design
get like
Star?
Yeah. That's another one, but I feel like it also focuses on drama a lot.
I haven't watched that one too much to know.
Like Project Runway is all drama and not like really preparing them
and
for being
America's Next Top Model.
Yeah, like any of the fucking challenge shows are like not, except for like Dancing with the Stars, like they're like training, like that's all they do. But like this show is like the challenges I feel like are so smart because it's like you need to be able to work in front of a live audience because they do specials, or you need to be able to work with an ensemble because it's always an ensemble.
You need to do something to create your brand and promote your brand because you are a brand now.
Yeah, like I love it. It's one of my favorite Food Network shows. We got a lot of questions about Food Network when we're going to answer questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
I'm excited. I love Food Network questions.
Honestly, like...
This whole podcast could have been like, you know how they have Gilmore Guys? What if we had done like a Food Network podcast where we just discuss the ins? Oh man, they would probably like get involved. They're like the kind of network I want to be a part of, like really bad. Yeah, if only I had really done Culinary Crap. Culinary Crap, the next
that's
cooking
right
segment. Well, we've said, like, don't you think Chris and I could, like, have a Crachel Cook show where, like, if we have to be, like, PG, like, we could, you know? But, like, I feel like we could have, like, it would either be, like, late-ass night on Food Network where they play, like, the weird stuff, and that's us. Like, it's like you marathon episodes of Unwrapped. It's like Unwrapped comes on, like, back-to-back, and then our weird-ass show at, like, 3 in the morning, and it's Crachel Cooks with all the jazz, but, like, really, really nice on the shitty quality, you know? Yeah. It'll, like, not be HD.
It'll be, like, filmed with, like, regular cameras, and then, like, we edit the shit out of it at the end to make it, like, look really bad or something.
Yeah, it would just be bad, and then either they put it on the Food Network and we're, like, PG about it, or they put it on Comedy Central and we're, like, raunchy.
We're a fit for
either one.
I'd honestly like to be, like, a segment on, like, Jimmy Fallon or something like that.
I would absolutely sell out and completely give up ever cursing again if I could get a show on the Food Network. Like, I can do it. I can definitely do it.
But
that's all we've been watching. That and Desperate Housewives. Because I
really wish we actually had, like...
The Food Network.
Yeah. Where the hell is that, like, TV service that's, like...
You buy one channel.
You buy each individual channel. Because, honestly, HGTV, Food Network, I would just buy those two. I'll be done. I got an antenna for, like, all the local shit.
Yeah, we have the news. We're fine. We just need our core. And that's HGTV and the Food Network.
I don't know why, like, cable companies are, like, such assholes, and they won't do that because they want to, like, bundle a whole bunch and charge you
Bundle
everything.
My
but,
ass,
like, if they did that... Like, they'd probably make so much money because, like...
Because there would be people buying, like, little bits and pieces but could never afford 1 billion channels that they didn't need.
I'm not buying a fucking cable
I don't need
TL
fucking C.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Be a good way for them to judge, like, what's good channels, what's bad channels.
And they would probably rake up the prices on shit that were, you know, like, obviously...
ESPN or something
HBO and all that is obviously going to be expensive. But, like, yeah, ESPN... PM. I don't even watch that channel. I just say ESPN. You know, hike that up. Fucking E. You know E is gonna be up there. Yeah. But, like, Food Network, keep that at a solid middle. You know, you got stay-at-home moms that just want to watch the food, and, you know, they might not have a lot of money for... Yeah, you know, let's just... Fuck. I'd be so about that. I would love that.
Man,
nothing
really
could
nice.
improve my life more than being able to watch Food Network while I'm fucking doing stuff. Like, having it on in the background while I'm editing, that was beautiful. You know, that's something I miss.
It's because, like, there's no... like shit show on that channel. Like
everything else you can watch a TV channel and like all day. In the morning it's like mindless crap. In the afternoon it's shitty as fuck. Nighttime it could be possibly good or super exploitative and terrible and trashy. And then it's like nighttime weirdness. Food Network consistently on point.
Exactly.
There is never a time, even in the afternoon, where you've got like the 30-minute meals block. And you've got, what's her face?
Just learn stuff.
$30 dinners, you know, you've got Pioneer fucking Woman. Like, that's nothing like a 1 o'clock in the afternoon Pioneer Woman block. But then it gets into Barefoot Contessa. And you start getting the meat. And then by 6 o'clock, it's something with Alton Brown. And you know that it's time for a good night.
That would be amazing. And Netflix just does not have enough. They got like one season of like
What is
5
with that?
different shows.
What is with them having the Guy Fieri Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives collection? No, I want the real collection, not like random episodes from season 7.
Yeah, it's like, it's not even, they list it as like season 1, but it's literally just like cherry-picked episodes from like different seasons.
It's fucked up. Like, it's not...
They did that with Cutthroat Kitchen too, and like...
I'm assuming that it's because they don't have, you know, they're just like testing it out, seeing what the views are like on those shows before they pay for the rights to all of it. But I hope they know there are some hardcore Food Network fans out there. It's not just us. And people would definitely watch it. I mean, fuck. Same with HGTV shows. 2 seasons of House Hunters? That is not enough. They've been doing that show since like the 90s.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, it's definitely been around for a while.
It's been a while.
I need more... what is it? Love It or List It.
Oh, yeah.
I love their banter.
Oh, my God. I follow both David and Hillary on Twitter. And they do... I've watched Hillary fucking on Periscope. Not fucking. But, like, I've watched her on Periscope. I am that into random HGTV people.
That's dedication.
It is. And they have, like, 1,000 followers on Twitter, and I'm like, yo, they deserve so much more. Like, do people not watch Love It or List It? Because I love it. I definitely love it.
Definitely.
I do love David, though, and I would most likely, in all these situations when you watch, I'm like, you should fucking list this. And they're like, we'll love it.
Oh, my God.
But I did read an article. I'm sorry if this ruins Love It or List It for everyone, but I read an article online that, like, a lot of people in Canada, because that's where that show is, it's, like, you can just hear it. A hoose. A boot. I don't know. That didn't sound Canadian. But, like, fucking everybody in Canada just goes on this show so they can get cheap-ass renovations for their house, but that's it.
Well, you know, that makes sense.
It does. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the creamer.
All right. Well, anything else interesting going on in your life? Because, I mean, I got crap, so what's going on with you?
I've been the only one, like, doing shit. I have a lot of things in the works, you know, the YouTube thing, I guess.
The second half of the year
is always nuts for...
Because, like, businesses, their stupid-ass, like, the business fiscal year ends in June, so, like, this is the time that they're like, oh, hey, we can do things.
Yeah, this is crunch time. This is, like, New Year is kind of like, nope. We just did all, especially, like, makeup brands, you know, they're like, we did all of our holiday collections, and we're not doing shit for, like, another month, maybe month and a half. Yeah. And then, so, like, January and February are always just, like, dry-ass years. And then maybe sometimes you get stuff in February because, like, Valentine's Day is a thing, but, like, usually not. So...
In general, though, this half of the year is much more
preferable.
It's more
fun. It's because everybody's got, like, their new stuff and, like, new makeup is coming out.
When the cool holidays are.
Yeah. I know that no one cares, but I am so excited for holiday makeup 2015 and games. Like...
Yeah, oh my God.
I just hope we have money.
Movies come out, too, and then just, like... what we got coming up, like, was it Halloween first? Halloween, is that the first?
Yeah.
Oh, the first
Out of
holiday.
the important ones.
First holiday is Pumpkin Spice Latte Day.
True.
That's the first holiday.
No, the first holiday's Pumpkin Spice Latte. Then it's first day of fall. Definitely. Because that comes afterwards. Pumpkin Spice always precedes fall, but they're also kind of like the same thing. But like scientifically, the first day of fall. That's another holiday.
Yes. And then it's Halloween. And that's obviously the end of October. And then, I mean, this is for us, but I mean, our anniversary is in the middle of November.
Oh, yes.
It's our 5-year anniversary this year.
5 golden rings, as Jesus said. Actually, like, I don't know, like, we've already talked about, like, what we're doing for our anniversary and, like, what we're getting each other and shit. Like, we're at that point where we're just, like, we know.
We looked up, like, you know how, like, each anniversary, like, when you're married, has, like, a theme to it?
Yeah.
We looked that up. It's 5 is the wood anniversary.
Well, and I know we're not married, but, like, the thing that I had in mind for Chris is this really beautiful, he really needs and wants a watch, and I really want to get you a nice watch. And so
not an Apple Watch or any of those fucking things.
No tech watches.
No.
They are hideous. I don't care what it looks like. Any kind of, like, active wear that's, like, tech related or just, like, a weird tech watch. I think they're all ugly, and I don't give a fuck how gold it is.
I'm not interested in any of that functionality. I can pull my phone out of my pocket to do things.
Done with that. But I want to get you a nice-ass watch, and so I already picked it out, and it's one of those beautiful wooden watches. And it's gorgeous, and you love it. It's very modern and minimal. It's really pretty, and I love it. I can, like, post a link to it or something when this goes live, because it's really pretty.
Yeah, I'll put that in the description.
But that was what I had in mind for him, and then we looked it up, and it's wood. So I was like, whoa, I'm on point. But I'm probably not getting wood. I mean, maybe I'm getting wood for our anniversary.
Oh, my God.
We'll find out. Stay tuned. That's, like, the perfect... I wonder how many couples have made that joke.
How many guys have been, like, struggling and they're like, oh, that's funny.
What if you put a fucking bow on your dick and you're like, happy anniversary, bitch? I would be like, bye. But anyway, so that's November.
That's the middle of November. And then obviously the end of November is fucking Thanksgiving.
And guys, we're so excited. We're obviously not going home for Thanksgiving. And so we're having friends come over, and we're finally doing a Friendsgiving, like so you excited. Do. I'm so excited.
It's so nice to, like, it's really kind of stressful, like, making your Thanksgiving dinner a little bit, because it's obviously a lot of shit, but it's also kind of nice because you get to pick what's on the menu. So, like, if, like, your grandma made something that you really don't like, it's not gonna be there because you get to pick what you want to do.
And we go, great. Like, we will have a whole Thanksgiving. We're planning on making, obviously, holiday-themed podcasts around certain holidays. We're very excited about those. But, yeah, I'm very pumped for Thanksgiving. I'm excited that we have, like, guests that'll actually get to eat our food so that we're not, like, it's just us two spending hours on dinner for just us, dude. Which is what we do all the time. Which is why we make so much fucking quinoa. Because it takes, like, 20 minutes.
Yep.
But it's what we had for dinner tonight.
I know Lila's pumped for some turkey.
Oh, guys. Like, oh my God. She smells that bird. Every time she was just, like, screaming the whole day. And, like, we had just gotten Lila, and so, like, we didn't know how much meat this cat really liked at this point. Like, we'd only had her probably for, like, a week by Thanksgiving. And she was just screaming. And, like, every time we would take it out of the fridge to, like, make a sandwich or something with the leftovers, I'd give her little bites.
Her love affair with poultry is...
Oh, yeah.
So strong.
Yeah. Squeezy's, like, really... Well, Squeezy can only eat duck. But, you know, he's really not a fan of a lot of different foods. He's very picky. But the other day... Yeah.
He loves hummus.
But we don't give him... It's just, like, he's really attracted to it. He always just comes running. Or when I have salt and vinegar chips, he likes to lick my fingers afterwards. We're really cute.
He's like a wet nap.
Yeah. It's really... I like a nice exfoliating wet nap. Honestly, don't you think cats' tongues would be, like, amazing, like, exfoliating treatments? Like, I'm sure there's, like, some weird spa somewhere in the world where they just have, like, someone spread their face with, like, tuna, and then the cats lick it off, and it's like, she's ageless, dermatologists hate her, you know?
Oh my God.
I bet that exists. Because there's one, do you know about the piranhas? There's
No.
like places where you can get a pedicure where you put your feet in a bin of water with fish that eat the dead skin off the bottom of your feet. I didn't make that up. That's real.
I am not putting any part of my body in water with fucking piranhas in it. I don't care.
Piranha.
Piranha.
Fuck piranhas, though. I saw them at an aquarium, and I was, like, scared. There was, like, a glass wall in front of me, but I was still really scared.
I think of that one, there was, like, a shitty, like, B movie that was called, like, Piranhas or something like that.
Oh, I remember that.
Didn't they, like, at aquariums, like, smash into the, like, glass and, like, break the glass or something like that? Like,
I have no idea. I didn't see it.
I just remember seeing, like, the trailers or whatever for it. It looked really dumb, so obviously I wasn't going to ever see it.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen Sharknado, and I feel like I am committing a sin against my meteorology past.
Everybody else in the meteorology program was, like, all about it because they knew it was, like, funny. But then there were some weirdos that were, like, really angry. And they were like, science. I was like, no, we get it. This can't happen.
That's, like, so annoying to me as a scientist. Whenever there's, like, a science movie like San Andreas that just came out, it was about an earthquake, and, like...
When they can't take a fucking joke.
Yeah, it's, like... It's fucking Hollywood. Nobody, like, obviously, like, nobody's analyzing, like, Iron Man and being like, yo...
How does he fly?
These, like, nuclear fusion people aren't being like, oh my god, that reactor wouldn't work or something like that. That's not plausible. Why does, like, every kind of, like, earth science person have to be like, oh my god, this is so implausible. It's a fucking movie and we're there for entertainment. I know.
Unless it's like a real event that happened. Like if they do a movie about Hurricane Katrina and they say like the whole US was gone or some shit.
Well, yeah, then that would be dumb, but like...
Yeah.
They just... Every time it's like a disaster flick like that and it's always like, this would never happen. Well, no shit.
That's why it's happening in movies. Thank God it wouldn't happen.
It's a movie. Like,
you know what I don't want to happen? A lot of things I see in movies.
Yeah.
Like zombie apocalypse scares the shit out of me. I don't know what I would do. I'd probably just not leave this apartment and I would like just wait until I starve to death. I would never leave. Are you kidding me? And then the cats would eat me. You know that.
Oh my god. Yeah, they would.
And I read that article about how cats will eat you after you die, and nothing makes me more triggered than that whole thing.
Lila comes over here.
I know,
she's ready to go.
She's like, give me a bite, bitch. Do you want to answer questions?
Yeah.
We have a million questions.
I suppose we can answer some questions.
We have 6 billion questions. Alright, I'm going to start with Tumblr because there were some good ones about the Food Network in there. So, let me see. Look. There was one that says, I asked for questions, obviously, and they were like, haha, what would you be doing if I was there? Wink, you know, like, white boys. And I screamed. So, that's something. Okay, and I also loved this one. It was, these are all in one. How do you feel about juice cleanses or Bernie Sanders? Because they go so well.
Your train of thought on that question.
I love you. I love you hauntfully seen. I see you, and I feel you. No. How do I feel about juice cleanses? It doesn't do shit, guys. Please stop spending your goddamn money on it. It doesn't do anything. You're just starving your body for a week and then getting some good, like, nutrients in yourself, but then just shitting them out. Like, it's just, and then your body is, like, freaking out when you finally get to eat food. Like, it's just, please, chill.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine, like, I don't know, I'm sure nutritionists have talked about it before,
everything that I've read against it has been, like, basically, it's just a gimmick, and it's gonna make you feel like you did something, but in reality, you really didn't do anything, and you would have been better off just eating regular food that was good for you and doing whatever you were supposed to do. Like, yeah. So, and plus, like, everyone that I've, like, known that has done a juice cleanse has been hungry. And I know I love, like, associating texture with eating. Like, I could not do a whole week of liquid food. Like,
and you want some crunch.
I need crunch.
You want something solid.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Creamy,
sometimes,
you know,
if I drink too many smoothies, like if I drink 2 smoothies in one day, like as like, you know, snack/meals.
Yeah.
I like don't feel that great just because I ate a lot of like liquid roughage. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, because, like, sometimes I'll have a smoothie for breakfast, and then, like, later in the afternoon I'm hungry again, and I'm like, I don't feel like making something like that. I'll do another smoothie. And then those are the days where I'm, like, shitting. So it's like, chill out. So then I eat a real hearty dinner.
So, and then Bernie Sanders.
We love him.
I'm a fan.
Oh, man, we love him. So, We almost went to his event in Seattle the other day. It was like 2 days ago. You probably heard about it. And we didn't get to go because we were going to do something else at the same time. But it was like... It was cool that he was there. Also, Taylor Swift was in Seattle the same night. It was like... Really. So they were filming, obviously, a dog movie. If you follow my snaps.
Yeah. Somebody had said... we were like, oh, were they filming like an Air Bud movie? And somebody said maybe it's another Beethoven movie based off of the dog, and like that's
probably what it was. Because we were, if you live in Seattle, there's this really shitty restaurant called Rancho Brava.
Shitty? What?
It's like a hidden gem kind of thing where it's like it was a KFC. And then it was a Burger King. Yeah. Like it's been like a bunch of like fast foods, and now it's just like this like authentic Mexican random like restaurant, but it's still got like the external features of like a fucking KFC, so it looks like a KFC, but inside it's like tacos and burritos and stuff.
It used to be a food truck, and then they just got really popular, so they just bought this like building. And...
It's just like, but the food is good, and it's really good when you're drunk, and they're open like really late. But like that's where they were filming this fucking dog movie. Because like we went there to get like burrito bowls, and we were like, the fuck is happening? There's all these cameras and lights and dogs.
There was like this one car that was like really souped up and had like a giant boom with a camera on the end of it. Like
if the dogs are running, they gotta have that car camera.
The camera was like pointing into the car, and
also that car in a car, dog driving a car. Think about dog movies.
What? Dog driving a car. That was it.
That's it.
Yeah. That was really.
It was fucked up, but yeah, Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders.
A good guy.
What was going on Tumblr?
Yeah. Okay. Which TV characters do you identify with?
Whoa.
All right.
Try again.
I need to stop. Which TV characters do you two identify with the most and why?
Oh, God.
Ooh, that's a good one. Identify with most.
Before we get into that question, while we're on the topic of TV, we need to talk about the Fosters.
Oh my God, guys. The Fosters.
Fuck?
Hashtag spoiler alert. By the way, the hashtags that pop up in the corner of the Fosters is like the funniest shit.
I want to be the person that writes those.
Hashtag Callie's future. Hashtag Johnner.
All the ship names. Oh
my God, it's so fucked up. And their main ship is like an incestual one. And they fucked last night, folks. Or tonight. They fucked. It's crazy. I don't like it. Also, some racy-ass scenes for ABC Family, I must say.
Really...
Though I was not upset seeing... What's-her-face? She's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope she's 18. If not, I didn't say that. She's really pretty. Next question.
Well, no.
Who the fuck do we identify with?
That is...
I don't even know.
Oh my God, what?
Who has the most shitty luck? Hurley and Lost? That's who I identify with.
You're saying that because we just started up Lost again.
I know, I'm fucking biased. But like, if we were going for like serious, I don't even really know.
Well, I mean, I'll identify. Can I identify with Alton Brown?
Yeah. Oh my God, that's real. You know, that is real.
Good Eats, like his little like.
He's not a character though. He's a real person. I don't want to answer this.
He is a character.
You're definitely a character.
What else do you got for us there?
What's your favorite board game?
That's
I know what yours is.
What am I gonna say?
You're gonna say Risk, you shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right.
It's Risk.
Yeah, it's right.
I never it's fucked up. I never really get to play like the actual board game like too much because either nobody wanted to play with me. It's usually like nobody wanted to play with me because like. That game is like a day. It's literally like fucking a day long game. It's so long.
Just never. You like always would be like, you won't want to do it because he had fucking Lord of the Rings.
Well,
Risk.
It's also like it's weird when it's just two people. It's a lot.
It's not as much of a risk.
Funner. Yeah, it's funner when you have more. What?
Funner is such a like PA thing. I feel.
Let us know if you say funner.
I don't say it. Just like I don't say crick. I hated that. Oh my God, elementary school. Because we had a creek. A fucking creek. Core Creek Park, you know? What were they going to call it? Core Creek Park?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
But what's your favorite board game?
It's a tie between Clue and Scrabble, I would say. I'm very avid and very good at Clue.
You did like Clue a lot.
I even had the clue that was like, I got a clue. No, I got the clue that had, oh man, what about the one where you flip the face? It's not a board game.
Guess who?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would consider that, like, any type of, like, that.
That's just a fabulous game, I think.
Yeah,
personally.
Definitely. Do you ever play, it's like more of a child's game, but it's Don't Break the Ice?
I think I have. Is that the one where you break the ice?
Yeah. Like,
you're not supposed to do that.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I like those kind of games, too. I was all about those games. Yo, I just thought of something.
What?
How I had Elephun.
And I never was like, allowed.
And you never got to have that Elephun.
My life was not
I'm not
Elephun.
afraid to say I had a lot of fun with Elephun.
Fuck you.
Catching those butterflies.
I had to make my own games, like, I'm an orphan outside, and I'm scavenging for leaves. While you played your shitty, privileged games, I was looking at pebbles and finding worms and making concoctions.
Jesus.
Concoctions.
Concoctions.
Concoctions. There's a second part of that word. Alright, I got another one here. There's so many good ones, I'm like really, really overwhelmed. Describe Mad Men in one sentence.
Hell's bells, Trudy!
Yes! Great. Fabulous. Oh, I'm just gonna do it in a line, like, from the show. And in that case, you took the best one. But,
yeah.
Mine is... It was the beans that brought them together on that cool summer night. That's my favorite line in that show.
Oh my god, that show... If you think that it's just, like, this show for, like, middle-aged adults, like, it's not. It's
Guys, please watch it.
Good. It's like a timeless classic.
That's the thing. It will never age because it's supposed to look like it's already aged. So it's one of those shows you can go back and rewatch, and it's always going to be flawless. There's not a bad episode. I love it. I think, honestly, I didn't think this when we first watched it, but it is now one of my favorite shows of all time. It kicks Dexter out because of Dexter's fucking ending in the whole, like, last 3 seasons of Dexter.
Jeez, the whole second half of Dexter,
Fuck
basically.
Dexter. Man, we did not bring those coasters that we had. We had Dexter coasters.
We left those behind.
They looked, it was really cool. It was like they were in his blood slide box, and they were blood slide glass coasters. So cool. We did not bring them. We were like, we're not going to pay to ship these benches. Okay. Why don't you go on the Twitter hashtag at IG Tumblr and we go back and forth.
I have one here. This is from Alec, who is at Ibach on Twitter.
My binge.
A close friend and a
colleague.
Raging Apple fan.
Oh, true.
Well, I go to him for all of my Apple questions.
I feel so bad, Alec, if you're listening.
We're not abusing.
I know we talk a lot because I have tech support questions, but we really like you. We always feel bad. We're like, damn, we have a question. I know Alec could answer, but like, I feel bad. The last time I talked to him was because I needed a question with my Apple product. But he's just like so in the know. Oh my god, Lila's fucked up.
Oh my god, Lila, what are you doing?
I wish... No, we're not doing a visual podcast. Fuck that.
Anyway.
Question from Alec.
He said, I'm moving out as soon as I can, but I want to be as prepared as possible. Any tips or suggestions?
Oh man, do we got tips? Prepared as possible. Alright, so if we're talking like the bare minimum you need to bring with you?
Like, what you should do right now is already organize what you are taking, what you have to have, and what you can leave behind or what you can throw out and kind of decide.
And what you think someone could possibly give you later.
Like decide on, like, am I just going to throw this out? Am I going to save this for later and get it sent to me? And what am I going to take with me? And be really strict on yourself, especially depending on like how far you're moving and like which way you're moving. If you got like a truck and you're moving like an hour away or something like that, then
you can have more shit.
But like when we moved across the country and we had to send all of our stuff in boxes via UPS, like
we had some things we had to get rid of that we like. I parted with some stuff that I could have utilized, but was like, you know, like especially clothing.
Yeah.
Clothing was like shoes, you know, they were like really nice, expensive shoes, but they might have been like kind of wacky. A lot of Jeffrey Campbell shoes. I was like, I don't wear these ever. I don't wear these a lot. And so they just didn't come with me.
The
Books.
thing is like we
Fuck.
cut so much.
We have
and
like 8 books here total.
Yeah.
Like,
I was really worried about just like how little stuff we were taking, but I miss my games, but I knew they were coming later. But
I miss my guitar so much, but that's it.
That's coming later too. But there's nothing that we like just got rid of and we're not taking that I miss.
Yeah.
There's nothing, and like it's.
And
really
I'm not
surprising.
like looking in my closet being like, "Where's that fucking weird ass dress that always fit me weird and my boobs looked weird?" You know, I'm not upset. At the end of the day,
I would say start trimming now and getting your just belongings in order, because that took up so much time. If you could start packing things up, because
just wrapping
that
shit.
whole process, getting rid of things that you might want to give to friends or something like that, it's a lot.
And especially selling. We sold a lot of stuff to make extra money. And just the process of selling things and then having to ship them to people and bid wars on, like, eBay and shit. Like, all that was just a pain.
When you're getting down to crunch time and you're, like, actually, like, getting, like, moving trucks ready or whatever, you know, the last thing you want to be doing is, like, trying to figure out, like, what am I doing with all this stuff that I'm not taking with me, or, you know.
Yeah.
So, like, work on doing that now.
Yeah, and I'd say, like, as far as preparing, you know, I would say write a small list of things that you think you need for, like, when you get to the apartment, and, like, go to, you know, Target or Walmart or something like that. Like, toilet paper, a thing of soap for your sink, you know, paper towels.
Yeah.
If you don't have, like, any cups or anything, like, we had, like, styrofoam cups. we were fucking broke, guys. Like, we spent all of our money on this move because it was such a far move, and, like, we were, you know, washing styrofoam cups and reusing them and shit, like, you know, just the bare necessities, and, like, you know, it'll be fine. And if you have any questions, Alec, because we're good. You can always
DM
if you're like,
wow.
What's something that you think I would need that I would not think about? Like, when Reese and Zach moved here, like, we were giving them things that we had, like, extra things of. We were, like, kind of, like, looking around at our apartment and, like, seeing, like, if we had anything lying around that we could give to them that would help them out. And, like, they were like, whoa, these are things we need to think about. I'm like, yep, you would be surprised at what you would forget you would need and be like, what?
Yeah.
Like, we went to Target, like, that was, like, the first thing we did in Seattle. It's, like, the first site we saw.
Like, within, like, the first couple of weeks, we randomly just, like, go to do, like, some random task and be like, oh, wait, we don't have, like, this soap or something. You know,
we didn't have utensils, you know, anything. I mean, we weren't going to bring it either. Like, it really sucked because we had, like, a pretty good kitchen supply.
Just, like, hand-me-downs. And just,
we
like,
had a
shit
really
for
good
stuff,
stockpile.
you know?
And we left it all in Pennsylvania. We gave it to our roommates. We gave it to your family. And we took, like, my KitchenAid mixer.
Yeah.
Which we still had the box for that. That's another thing. Hopefully you have boxes for things like electronics that you already had. Like, if you're that kind of person that, like, saves it like Chris. Because it comes in handy when you're moving. Because you have a box that fits perfectly for it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Good luck on your move. And let me know where you're moving, man. I hope it's Seattle. What if it was? I'd be like, yo. Let me see. There was one. It was, which Food Network star or chef would we be, Chris, you and I, and Lila and Squeezy?
Well, I mean, I'll just steal my answer from before. I think Alton Brown.
Yes, you're Alton Brown.
Yeah, I'm Alton Brown.
It's not a lie. Squeezy. Who's, like, a dick?
Restaurant Impossible.
You're right.
What's his name?
Turtle.
Robert Irvine. That's it.
Squirvine.
Robert Squirvine.
He's got, like, a small head and a big shoulder. That's Squeezy.
He would definitely tell me that my restaurant menu sucks.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. I was honestly also thinking, like, Scott Conant. You know?
But he's just a
mean
judge on Chopped.
Robert Irvine's
got a show.
Yeah. All right. So Lila, this could be a lot of people. Who is the sweetest, fluffiest Food Network star?
Man.
This is so fucking difficult.
Well, do you have one for you?
For me, God, I'm Sandra Lee. I am always fucked up and always trying to save money. That is, like, two things I am, and that is what her show is. So I am 100% her.
Definitely. Lila.
God.
She is hard to pinpoint.
I feel like there's not a Food Network star that can get to Lila's level. You know, I think that's what we need.
She is her own star.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, and don't offend me out there. Like, I swear, if any one of you come up to me and you say that she's the pioneer woman, I will slap you. That is not right. Just make sure that the mic is still on. I'm just, like, paranoid about it. But, I don't know. I think, if anything, Lila would be, like, Damaris that just won Food Network star, like, 2 years ago.
I kind of was thinking that, too.
Like, sweet, chunky, you know, and, like, just running around, being cute.
Yeah.
Being real robust.
That's a tough one. If you guys have any ideas of what you guys think
tell us
maybe
what you think.
Should be.
Ah, man, I mean, who's got, like, white hair? I mean, she could be
I mean,
Florian Belanger.
if you're going white hair, I mean, like...
I know you want to say Anne Burrell, but it's not.
Well, Guy Fieri,
She's
too.
not Guy Fieri. But wait, the way she eats. Yo!
Also, Zakarian, he's got white hair.
That's not... They're not. He's like the Roger Sterling, though, of Food Network.
What about... oh my god, Iron Chef Michael Simon. Maybe?
No.
He's kind of like jovial, he's making jokes all the time, always being like an Iron Chef kicking ass, you know?
No.
And he's got the chew, and like...
I don't know how I feel about that. I think she's more of like a Mario Batali. Either way, she's something else. Alright. Let me see what else.
Do you want another, like, kind of advice?
Yeah,
question?
sure. Let's go with this.
What advice would you give an incoming freshman in college? Any regrets of yours in that respect? And obviously, we're going to talk about just, like, college. I'm sure it's going to come up again on our podcast.
We have tons of ideas about that, but some advice
for an incoming freshman, and any regrets of yours in that respect of, like, what we wish we would have done when we were an incoming freshman.
Okay, well, first of all, don't date somebody that lives in your dorm as soon as you become a freshman and then end up staying with him for 5 years. That's like the worst thing you can do. Besides that, no, I'm just kidding.
But are you?
You wish. No, fuck. Alright, so what's some good advice? Like, some solid fucking advice?
I would say don't go in thinking that the people that you meet immediately when you get in there and become friends with when you get in there are going to be your friends throughout the entire experience.
Or just, like, lifelong. I feel like everybody goes to college being like, this is where I'm going to make those friends that I have cocktail hour with when I'm 35. You know what I'm saying? And that's not true. The people that you meet your freshman year, like the first like semester especially, you are just hanging on for dear life to anyone that can provide you some sort of like... I feel like you need like routine, so like you meet people that like you have dinner with often and shit, because like you just want someone that's like stable, because you are so in the water
and like in a fresh new place, especially if you're like going to live on campus, not just like commuting to school.
Yeah,
like
you are like, what? And if you never lived anywhere else in your whole life, you're like, what?
You're gonna be clinging to people that you meet in like orientation or just like that are in,
and that's fine. They're necessary for the journey.
That's definitely, and like you can totally meet friends that you're gonna like hang out with. We definitely know people that like they met people.
We met freshmen.
Yeah, and like I'm thinking like Heather and Olivia and that whole group.
Yeah.
They literally were friends throughout the entire experience, and you know, kudos to them. Like that's totally fine.
But a lot of the time, you're just like clinging on to somebody, and like it's, you know.
So like,
and same with like high school people too. Like a lot of people, you know, expect to like, you know, have like their solid group of friends from like high school like to continue on, and like, you know, you guys are all doing different shit, you're all like learning new things, you're all moving away to different places, and like it's fucking so normal to like not be friends with the people that you were friends with before you went to college. Like if it doesn't last, you know,
it's natural. It
fucking happens to everybody. So like, you know, don't worry about that. I would just worry about really committing to the whole school part of it, because you like, it's so easy to be really wrapped up in the social
temptation
experience.
Is everywhere.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like, there's two things that people think about when they're like in school, like away at college, and it's like, you know, they're there for their education and like that whole thing and furthering, it's like the next step to get the career and all that. And then it's also like everyone thinks it's this huge like social mind blowing kind of like scene that happens over 4 years where people,
Yeah.
like, have this, you know, everyone's like, I want to, you know, grow up and change and blossom and all this shit in college. And, like, there's so much expectation for people to have, like, this experience that changes them. And it's like, don't focus on that part too much because it'll just happen. You don't even have to worry about it.
I am nothing like the person that went into school freshman year.
Fuck no. And I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm glad too. Like, I evolved so much in those 4 years, but it just happened naturally. I wasn't like, obviously I was like, I want to break out of my shell.
Hell yeah.
That's finally when it happened.
Chris really, like, has gone through the most. Like, I grew the fuck up. Like, I was, you know, I grew up and I really, like, realized things about myself that I was like, these are not cool and I need to change. And I feel like have just evolved into something that I'm actually, like, really respectful of. Like, I respect myself now. And so, like, that's great. Chris has, like, done such a transformation since when I even just first met you.
Yeah.
And, like,
I mean, if you've even just like if you have been following Rachel's YouTube since that time and like see me in the old videos and
people used to give you so much shit because you were just so shy and like you just needed the time. And I saw it when I would like be alone with you and everything, but like now, like never in a million years did I think 4 years ago that you could be capable of talking on a podcast with like improv.
I wouldn't have been able to.
Like you could never improv before, and like now, like this is not. You used to be like so nervous when we would do videos together because you know that mine are all improv and I don't have a script, and so like that used to be nerve wracking. But then those kind of have like some sort of semblance of a formula, like you kind of know how they start and end. But like this is totally
freeform.
I'm like, you used to be like, oh, I could never be like on TV, like a meteorologist, like a broadcast one, you know. I'm like, now you probably totally could.
Yeah, I think I could.
I think you could do the TV personality shit. It's fucked up.
Man,
that's fucked up. Apparently that's our catchphrase.
Oh yeah, it's fucked
Someone
up.
tweeted that at us today.
Fucked up. Take 3 shots.
It is. God.
Lila is sleeping on the counter now, if you wanted an update on that. I have no idea where the hell Squeezy is.
He's probably hiding behind the air conditioner.
Yeah, he's pretty antisocial.
Yeah, he is. Antisocial. Oh my god. It said, what would you make for Guy Fieri if he were a guest star on Chrachel Cooks? I feel like I'd make him like a hearty chili, and I just want him to like slurp it. Like, or...
I feel like it needs to be like some like big ass beefy burger.
No, it needs to be like I don't know. That's a difficult question.
What do you make for the creator?
Yeah. What do you make for God when he graces you with his presence and his flames?
Honestly, I feel like it would just be like one of those divine experiences when Guy Fieri just showed up at our door and we'd be like, we know what we're making.
You're not wrong. Alright, so here's an advice question. My significant other keeps hinting that he wants me to move in with him in the near future. I love him to death, but I'm a bit apprehensive. Do you guys find that you have a hard time getting personal space now that you live together?
This is something that we have just like talked about a lot before even.
Yeah. I feel like this is something that we didn't have a problem with, and it's because we never had our own personal space even before we got together. Like, I had a room in my house that didn't have a lock on the door and also was partially a storage closet. And so people were coming in and out of my room all the day, just anytime I was doing anything, and it didn't matter. So I had, like, no privacy. And, like, you also, you know...
Well, I mean, like, my room wasn't like that, but also I was just, like, not in my room. I was always in the basement.
The common room.
Yeah. So I was just always there, and
then we're in a dorm where we're sharing a room.
Yeah, and then
which is so horrible. Like, it's not fun.
Our situation when we moved in together was forced. It was not something that we wanted to do, and we were really nervous about it, and we didn't want that to fuck things up because it was so early in our relationship.
Yeah, we were dating for 2 years at this point, and I know plenty of people move in even like shorter than that. And I was supposed to be living with a group of girls, and
it wasn't even 2 years at that point. We were probably like. We started dating in November of freshman year. So, like, we were thinking about rooming situations by, like, fall of our sophomore year, which is, like, a year into our relationship.
Yeah, but it didn't all come out until, like, the second semester.
Definitely. So, like, a year and a half.
Yeah, so, long in any grand scheme of things, I'd say. And so, like, I was supposed to be living with a bunch of girls, and we had, like, a falling out, and it was not a good place for me to be living anymore, and so I wanted to find a new living situation, and it was, like, so close, like, some shit happened. It's honestly fucked up. And so some stuff happened, and then I needed a place to live, and I had nowhere else to go because, like, everyone that I was also friends with had already, like, signed leases and shit and, like, already had their shit together, and the only thing I could do was just move in with Chris and just share a room with him and not be, like, on a lease.
Yeah.
And they let me add to the lease, which was crazy, but
that was cool. I
I
had, like, a 3-bedroom place, and then, like,
and we had
you could have
roommates.
4 people on the lease in total, so, like...
And, like, I've had friends that have, like, shared that, like, with their friends. Like, they did, like, a dorm situation.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's what we did, and we were fucking nervous. We were like, oh, no. Like, things were going great in the relationship. Like, we were solid, but we were like, fuck, like, what if living together,
still
like...
kind of young into it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
we thought, like... And also, think about, like, how fucked up it would have been if, like, it didn't work out, and we're on a lease. We can't, like, break that. And we're also at school together. Like, I feel like that could have...
Really,
there was a lot
on the line.
I was worried, like, and then it was the best.
I mean, like, the thing is, like, the only reason we thought this way is because, like, it was just, like, negative input from, like, from everything. It's just, like, everybody's always like, oh, you're gonna move in together.
And, like,
that
people were
spells
giving
trouble.
us shit. And we did not have a choice. We had nowhere else to fucking go. So, like, suck my ass. I remember people were like, like, you're gonna break up. And, like, it wasn't, we were already
it was,
worried.
like, the best decision that we made.
No, well, I can't live with anybody else.
Yeah, that's what we quickly figured
out. We are
out.
so, like, it is, I mean, like, look at us. We live in a studio apartment that's very small. And so many people will leave us comments on, like, apartment tour videos, and they're like, I'd kill my boyfriend if I had to live in close quarters with him, or the boyfriend's like, I need a man cave, and I'm like, thank God that's not my life. Like, thank God I actually really like the person I'm living with, and, like, don't
as shitty
care.
as that sounds to say, like...
I get it, some people really do need space, but, like, we're both very solitary people, but... we're both so introverted and quiet, so, like, sometimes we were just doing... I've talked about this before. Like, we'll just be sitting here for hours, and it's, like, a very peaceful silence, and we're both doing our own thing. Every once in a while, I'll be like, ba-ba-ba, you know? I, like, laugh out loud at something I see online.
Yeah.
You know, like...
It's the art of being together but alone.
I mean, there's really there's no room to be alone here in this apartment. And, like, when we fight, it is a little weird because I want to storm out, but it's Seattle and it's, like, 3 a.m. and I don't want to die. So I go into the bathroom, which is whatever. But, like, luckily we know how to fucking solve arguments.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, that's the only time that shit gets a little weird, but...
So, I mean, to kind of round out the question, I think it's just, like, there's so much just, like, bad ideas just from everybody saying, like, it's a bad idea, but personally...
It worked out great. I'm glad that it all happened.
Great.
Because I can't imagine living in the house with those people. I would have been so anxious all the time. And there were so many things that went into that decision. Like, first of all, it was an expensive apartment that I wouldn't have been able to afford.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I thought I could live in fucking wellness. Like, it's so expensive. And also just, like, you know, the lifestyle was different. Like, I like to go out every once in a while, but I am not someone that can go out consistently every week, multiple times a week, and I don't really want to throw any parties, and so it was just not a good place for me to be living, and it's not, I'm very anxious, so I like my quiet space, and so, like, I'm sorry, I had to live with some nerds that were quiet, and they were great. Like, it worked out great. It was not bad at all, but, like, if you're nervous about moving in with somebody, you obviously just need to tell them that, and see if, like, you can, because we were nervous about it, and so we would talk to each other about it, and be like, so, this is what I'm worried about. What about you? And, like, we figured out that we both had, like, the same fears. And so, like, I think that it's a conversation worth having because it might make you feel relieved if he's also having the same fears that you might be having. It might make you feel, like, validated and shit. But if not, I mean, you can just be honest and be like, look, I don't think I'm ready yet, but it's not like I want to break up with you or anything, but I just don't know if I'm ready to be there. And hopefully he's understanding enough to be like, I feel you. I understand. Yeah. And you can just find a new living situation for the time being, or I don't know where you are right now, but hopefully you're good.
Like, a lot of issues the resolution is open communication.
That's like, Chris and I don't keep shit from each other. We tell any bad feeling we have about anything or anyone or us is immediately revealed because I can't live another way. And it's so much easier because I don't have these arguments that I see a lot of people having because people keep secrets. And
I honestly would, like...
I'd go fucking nuts if I couldn't
so
tell
guilty.
somebody something. But, like, that's the thing. Like, we are so open. Like, we're best friends, so, like, it's different. But, like if I had, a relationship where I didn't have somebody in my life that I could just, like, spill everything to, like, I don't know where I'd be. Like, I'm so glad I have you, so I can just be like, blah, here's what's going on in the brain.
A no judgment kind of zone.
Like, I don't know. Like, not that we're, like, the fucking poster for, like, a healthy, great relationship. But, like, we're not a bad one either.
Yeah.
You know, we're just very compatible. We're just two quiet people just trying to not be stressed.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess a lot of people are like that too. But did you want to look at the Twitter hashtag? Because I saw a billion.
Yeah, let me take a look at that old Twitter hashtag. If you guys want to be involved,
follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter. The hashtag is obviously CoffeeWithChrachel.
Yeah, I guess you don't have to follow us if you don't want to, but you could. Alton Brown follows me.
That'd be pretty cool.
You know, Alton Brown following me is like on my resume page.
My goal is to get a K on my follower count.
I know.
It's lame.
It was cool when I got that on Instagram. That was like a highlight and a half, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, or when I got, like, verified on YouTube, I was like, I'm not good enough to get verified anywhere else, but on YouTube I am. Who's more robust, Lilo or Squeezy? I feel like they're just so robust in their own ways.
Yeah, robust is a very interesting word.
That definitely describes both of them, so It's kind of hard to say that. I read something on Tumblr today, it was, like, an article that popsugar.com posted, and it was, like, moms are getting angry at people who call their dogs their children. And, like, it was just, like, this stupid thing. And I'm like, honestly, suck my fucking ass. Like, at least my child isn't screaming every day in an airplane. So, I will call Lila my child at any point. Like, fuck. Yeah.
Getting a lot of advice questions, I mean.
Alright. I love advice.
Okay.
I guess we have our lives together. I'm not depressed. Let's do it.
I'm not going through some really crazy shit at the moment or anything. You know, we are totally capable of giving this kind of advice.
I feel like there's like this unexplained thing that a lot of you guys think we have our shit together. And I want to say it right now. We need to dispel that rumor because it is not true, folks. I really want more coffee. I feel like we should like French press the shit out of something.
Oh, French press.
That way it wouldn't beep.
We have a French press.
Yeah, we do, bitch. Alright, what's the fucking question?
Oh, yeah, let's see here. Do you have any advice for dealing with high school bullshit, and or is there any advice you would give your teenage self?
Listen to me right now. It is so temporary. And I think about things that happened in high school and things that were stressful and things that were drama and all that crap, right? Not even drama class. And I remember in the moment, it was my whole life, my whole thing. I was so overwhelmed with all this shit. And now I can't even tell you what happened in high school.
Exactly.
Once you're gone, you're like, whoa. And it will move quickly. That's that thing they always say, like, it does go by really fast. And so does college.
Yep.
But, like, everything is so temporary. So that's something that you just really need to keep your head down and be like, it's temporary. It will fucking pass. And even, it's just temporary.
Like, as, like, cliche as it kind of is, like, the only thing that, like, really sticks with you and matters as you go through high school and then go through college is the educational part of that kind of experience.
And that's to some extent.
And, like, to some extent, yes. And, like, the other stuff that you do, extracurriculars, wow, I can't say that. But,
you didn't
like,
learn English.
Any sort of, like, social stuff.
Oh my god.
I couldn't fucking tell you.
It doesn't mean shit. Like, it's crazy how little it can mean. And, like, if it means a lot, honestly, whatever. Like, if you have a really good high school experience and you want it to stick with you, go for it. But if it's not looking like it's painting that way, it won't fucking matter.
And in the short term, like, even just going from high school to college, that's a completely different change. And, like, even, like, once you get into, like, the middle of your first semester at college, if that's the route that you go, like, it's already, like, none of that stuff matters anymore. Like,
oh, yeah. And, like, it's just, it's crazy how little it can matter later in life. It's nuts. But, you know, at the same time, you just, when you're in the moment, like, just think about, I don't know, like, my advice would just be, like, to keep your head down. Like,
yeah,
that's
like, please just don't let it, whatever. If
and don't really lie about something fucking huge and
yes.
fuck up your whole life. Please don't do that. Doesn't matter what shit you're going through at home. Don't fucking do shit. Like, do your schoolwork, and even though that, honestly, to some extreme, doesn't mean shit either.
Sometimes.
Like, sometimes. It can if you're, like, taking AP classes and getting college credits knocked out, but, like, that semester you failed math, don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Won't mean anything.
So, I mean, if there's, like, just, like, bad shit happening or something like that, just try and keep a positive face and know that, like, it's really temporary, and it could be, like, just really frustrating, but...
God, I think about, like, every once in a while, I, like, think about something that, like, was drama, you know, like, and I just remember, and I'm like, whoa, like, this consumed, like, you know, a lot of my thoughts, and, like, now I, like, can't even really remember, like, what certain things happened, or why certain people don't talk to each other, you know, just, like, all that stuff that just goes on, and, like, yeah, I don't know, like, there's certain things that I picked up from high school that, like, mean a lot to me, like, if I didn't do drama and I didn't do all the comedy stuff and the improv, I don't think I'd be as good at talking in front of the camera or this shit.
Yeah.
So, like, I take that, and like, also I loved choir, so that'll definitely stick with me. And, you know, there are some positive experiences that came out of it that you'll see later on, but, like, I don't know.
There's that one group of people, though, that, like, it just continues.
Yeah.
You know, people that
avoid that.
People that don't want high school to end really, really badly. That is kind of just like this group of people that they just like continue on.
And like,
a little bit,
I don't know. Like, for me, like, one of the things that was always frustrating was like when I would talk to people that I had like been really good friends with in high school, and like, you know, all we would talk about is like stuff that happened in high school, and like some people are like still really negative. You know, they'll be like, "Hey, I remember when blah 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 did this," and it's like, I don't care. And I don't want to, like, if the only thing I have in common with you is the fact that we went through high school together, like, I like people that I keep in my life that, like, I can talk about, like, more.
Experience new things.
Yeah, I don't want to be stuck in the past, and, like I said, high school was not great for me, so, like, I don't want to think about it that much. So, like, if we're, you know, I want friends that, like, I can really, like, do new things with, too. Yeah. So...
Hope that kind of helps.
It's just like, once you're gone, you will be really shocked at how little it means, like, honestly, and it's really nice.
God.
It's very nice.
It's so fucked up that is like a little bit over 5 years ago,
That's
and
crazy.
Whoa, my God, that feels like a million years ago.
Like, I can't even really remember, like, certain things now, and, like, they used to be so fresh. And, like, honestly, freshman year of college is, like, God.
All of that stuff. Even college feels so far away.
I know. We've been out of school for over a year, and it feels weird, but still there. I don't know. Like, senior year, I can still remember pretty vividly.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like, the passage of time is weird. Like, you're going through, like, a year, and, like, months will fly by, and you'll be like, oh my God, time is going so fast. But at the same time, like, not a lot of time passes, because, like, it's only been, like, a year and a half or so since we left school, and it feels like forever.
Yeah. How many tags are acceptable on a single Instagram photo? I don't know, I'd say, like, 2 max. I don't really use hashtags on Instagram
no filter, hashtag face, hashtag selfie, hashtag pretty, hashtag me, hashtag
I always
G-Poi.
Fuck G-Poi. I always do, like, I really don't really use hashtags on Instagram that often. I'll do if it's, like, Crachel Cooks or Crachel, Coffee with Crachel, all that shit.
Yeah, it's basically all
Brandon.
I do.
But, like, sometimes I'll do face of the day if I remember. If I have to use a hashtag because a brand tells me to, I'll use it. You know, stuff like that. The veil is lifting. But I'd say like 2 maximum. If you have like a thing where it's like a solid like 3-line block of hashtags, chances are I've already scrolled. And if there are a shit ton of emojis involved in that too, I am gone. Like
I think for just like this applies to like any social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
A lot of people on Twitter like have gotten their shit together though. People like, I remember when Twitter first started, and like everyone would just like make their whole tweet a hashtag, and they were like, "What am I doing?"
Literally,
and like people
now,
have stopped that. Now it's just like the trending hashtag and a photo, which is very clean and crisp.
People actually use like tags for what they're
especially
truly meant for.
Tumblr is like weird because there's 2 different ways to use tags on Tumblr, and people use both intersyncing. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know. So they'll use like tags like me. I don't tag anything for like archiving. Like people can't go to my blog and like click on the cat tag and expect to not see like random shit because like, you know what I mean? Like I don't section my blog, but a lot of people do, and they have like a whole tag page. And then other people on Tumblr like me, or a lot of people honestly, just like talk and they add their caption to the tag. So it's not like this ugly wall of text on the bottom of the photo, but it's in the tag, and like people read that shit. Like if you want to know like what I'm really thinking on Tumblr, because I honestly stopped making like text posts and blog posts on Tumblr because shit is too stressful, and I just like to reblog my plants and call it a day. But you can see how I'm really feeling in the tag sometimes.
Yeah.
And like, oh man, to all the people that like didn't know I was bi before I came out like in a video, like I'd already been out to friends, like those tags were really key. Like honestly, my whole Tumblr was really key. It's fucked up.
I have a kind of a fun little question here.
Go for it.
What are things that you thought were weird and quirky about Seattle after leaving your native PA? I have an answer for this, and it's not just a Seattle specific thing. Apparently, it's like West Coast, but it's like pizza with whole bulbs of garlic on them.
Not bulbs, cloves.
Cloves, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, can you imagine if it was a
whole bulb
with the fucking weird shreddy skin?
No, a whole clove of garlic, like just scattered all over the pizza. Like
I hate it.
I've never seen that before, and never in my life do I want to just bite into a giant clove of garlic.
Anika was like, "Yeah, that's a thing. Like everywhere. I didn't even know it wasn't a thing." I'm like, in the rest of the world where they do pizza correctly, it's minced. Or it's in the sauce. Like, it's not like...
Why?
I there's some good pizza places here, but overall, like, East Coast does do it better, guys. And I have not had the Chicago deep dish, like a real one, so that's something I would want to try. But East Coast does pizza good.
Yeah.
They do.
Definitely. We've definitely found...
They do it well.
We've found some decent places here, obviously.
What else is quirky? I mean, it's really weird that Seattle, like, people wear the same, like, 3 colors. Everyone. Everyone.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre. And it's like, obviously there are people that wear, like, brighter clothes and stuff like that, but everybody wears shades of dark green, black, and gray.
It's so true.
It is, like, everywhere you go, you just see people wearing, like, jeans and, like, olive green and gray. And that is, like, the official, like, 3 colors. And it's honestly, like, I don't mind it because I love, like, fall clothing and everything, and I associate those. But, like, it's fucking weird. It is so weird. Like, that one time we were walking around.
I remember this.
Like, we went grocery shopping or something, and we're on, like, a crosswalk corner, and there's 3 people wearing, like, the same combo of those 3 colors, like, in the same way. It was just, like, different pieces of clothing, but they were all wearing, like, a green shirt and gray pants and, like, khaki somewhere, you know? Like, it's just very, very earth-toned here. It's very strange.
I'm not complaining. I like earth tones.
I know. And then, like, you see somebody wearing rainbows because it's fucking Seattle and everything is really gay here and I love it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's, like, neutral earth tones, man. It's fucking weird.
Anything else quirky?
Quirky.
I mean, I don't know if this is considered, like, quirky.
What?
And it's also not specific to Seattle, so why am I saying this?
Yeah, but, what is it?
Just, like, how actually environmentally conscious the entire city is, which, I mean, is important.
It's weird.
It's important to me. I really
I know.
advocate for that. And so, like, literally just, like, going to, like, every single business, and there's 3 different trash cans. One for, like, compost, one for recycle, one for trash.
There is an overwhelming amount of trash organization, and it is honestly so cool. Like,
and, like,
all the buildings that have, like, solar panels on the top and like rain runoff roofs that are like special to make things happen.
Yeah, definitely. And the banning of plastic bags.
Yeah, just, you know, stuff. Also, we were talking about this with Zach down the hall the other day, but K-cups. Like,
oh my god, yeah, this is kind of a tangent here, but like...
I still cannot believe that, like, anybody in the world thought that, like, a Keurig was a good idea or anything but wasteful, because it's like Zach said, he was like, it's like throwing out your mug every single day, like you have a cup of coffee, because you're throwing away that stupid plastic bullshit, and, like, I am just so anti-Keurig just for the taste alone. But, like, that is so fucking real. And, like, it's surprising that, like, some brands, like, didn't make, like, a biodegradable fucking, you know, shit. Yeah.
And the fact that you had to now, like, hack your fucking Keurig machine to use certain pods.
Fuck Keurig. Like, it's just the epitome of... privilege. Yeah, like, I don't have enough time to wait 5 minutes to brew a pot of coffee. So I gotta wait 60 seconds for crappy... It's like, obviously, that's the point. It's like instant gratification. It's obviously quality over quantity. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took me 2 seconds to make the shittiest cup of coffee I'll ever have. Or it could take me 5 minutes to have a great cup of coffee.
Exactly.
Like,
fuck. Perfect time to talk about this beautiful coffee pot that we have here.
I love our coffee pot so much.
Normally, like, usual coffee pots are like the glass... carafe, is that what you call it? Carafe, yeah, it's a glass carafe, and it's got a heat plate under it, and whatever, it brews.
Then the coffee, if you don't finish it, it's sitting on that hot plate, and if the coffee maker is still on, it's just like burning it and cooking it more. And so this is great because we have a stainless steel coffee carafe, so it just stays hot in there, but it doesn't cook it any further. There's no hot plate.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, shout out to all the college kids out there. You would be able to have this coffee maker in your dorm because there's no hot plate.
Oh, yeah,
we just still had a regular coffee maker. We were assholes.
Fuck the rules, right?
Yeah, we hit a cat.
True.
We did a lot of fucked up shit. Remember when they confiscated my stupid shot glass, though?
Oh, yeah.
I had, like, some girl gave me a shot glass that said bitch on it. It was hot pink, and it was great. And I used to keep it, like, when you have to leave your dorm rooms, you have to, like, unplug everything and leave. And I had to unplug those little wallflowers from Bath & Body Works, because you couldn't leave those in. And I would set the bulb in the shot glass. And, like, obviously I used the goddamn shot glass for alcohol, too. But, like, that was what its main purpose was. And they confiscated it and, like, took pictures of it, like, on my desk. I would have hid it if, like, I knew that it was thing. And they didn't see the, like, 40... alcohol, like, they didn't see, like, all of the bottles that I kept in my rain boots. Remember I would keep alcohol in my rain boots? They didn't see that. Like, how dumb.
College hacks.
I know. So, we don't condone underage drinking. But if you got a rain boot, it's a good hiding spot for anything.
Coffee pot.
And everybody in Millersville had to have fucking rain boots because it always rained on Tuesdays, remember? And everyone wore their rain boots around campus because it was like a swamp.
Yep.
Millersville's like in a sinkhole.
Yeah.
Fuck Lancaster.
That was fucking lame.
Lancaster pride.
Alright, maybe one more question?
How long have we been broadcasting, man?
I mean, we've been at it for an hour and 22 minutes here.
Shit.
So, I mean, I have no problem with this. I'm having fun.
I know, I love this.
I got one more?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh. I got distracted by where do you see yourself in 5 years, and in my head I was like, hopefully not answering this question anymore because I hate this question. No offense, but like no one knows anything about life and the future. All right,
I don't want to know.
This is kind of fun. Are there any specific conspiracy theories that freak you out? Chemtrails.
Shut up. Can I talk about the Berenstain Bears?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So I read this thing today on Tumblr, and, like, I saw a post on Facebook, too. If you grew up in the 90s, you might have heard of the books and television show and movies, The Berenstain Bears.
Read the books. I didn't know there was that kind of media.
Oh, there was so much, man. There was so much.
Oh, you know what? I did watch a TV show.
Yeah, it was on, like, PBS, you shit. So, they're, like, a bear family. It's very similar. It's, like, if you didn't have... A
continuation of this story of how bears invaded our childhood.
True! Oh, my God. Fuck. That's so weird. But it's like, if you didn't have enough money to have Nickelodeon, you watched the Berenstain Bears on PBS. That was what you did. So, Berenstain Bears. There's this post, and it's like this whole conspiracy theory that's supposed to say that the way that you spell the Berenstain Bears could be a proof of a parallel universe, because apparently millions of people remember it as Berenstain, as do I, where it's spelled Berenstein. Like, I was like, okay, Jewish writers on this show, like, I'm here, like, Berenstain Bears. But then, apparently, it's been Berenstain with an A the whole time. But that's not real. Why do so many people vividly remember it being Berenstain? It's like this whole thing. I'll read an excerpt here. So it says, but the problem is, alright, where is it? Fuck. It involves the Berenstain Bears, a loving family of anthropomorphized, furries, bears who taught children life lessons via hundreds of picture books and 2 TV shows. But the problem is, they aren't the Berenstain Bears, they're the Berenstain Bears. And this is all in italics, of course. And it says, though a startling number of people remember the name as Berenstain, it's in fact spelled Berenstain, just like the authors Stan and Jan Berenstain. That's fucked up. Why do I think this? But is it possible that so many people are just wrong with the title? No, guys. It's aliens. No. It says some of us have recently crossed... They say that the explanation is that some of us have recently crossed over from a parallel universe. Does that not fuck you up?
That's weird.
And it says, at some time, this is like some dude that thinks that this is what's happening, and honestly, I am here with him on this theory. And it says, at some time in the last 10 years or so, reality has been tampered with and history has been retroactively changed. The bears really were called the Berenstain Bears, but when we were growing up, but now reality has been altered such that the name of the bears has changed post HOC, House of Cards. I don't know what that stands for. Post changing, yeah. And it says, somehow we've all undergone there's like a mathematic equation here that I don't know, phase change in all 4 dimensions so that we move to the Stain hexadectant. What the fuck is this? I believe legit. It. They researched this. Like, honestly, I bet you Matthew McConaughey is out here believing this.
Oh my god.
Him and Jake Gyllenhaal. The 2 of them are fucked up. Did you read that Jake Gyllenhaal oh my god. There was an interview with Jake Gyllenhaal where he's like, I think that the moon controls everything that we think and are. And, like, they were like, he pulled a Matthew McConaughey, because Matthew McConaughey's weird as fuck, too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they probably are endorsing this theory, but it says, they are standing around expressing their confusion about the Berenstain Bears, how they all remember Berenstain Bears on the covers growing up. Like, it says, those who remember it as Berenstain are native to the A universe, and those who are sure it's Berenstain traveled over from the E universe.
That's weird.
Like, what are other subtle changes? Because honestly, we need to find them out and figure this all out. But is that... Alright, if you're listening to this and you've made it this far, tell me if you thought it was Berenstain. What about you?
I thought it was Berenstain.
It's fucked up!
I want to go back to my
how
universe.
How do we all pronounce that wrong? No way. We didn't read that wrong. And I was a Jew. And I know Stein. Like, I know these words. I'm not gonna fuck that up.
Who like, made this connection?
It was like a comment on a blog, like, someone just was like, yo, this is fucked up. And then everyone was like, it wasn't just, like, a few people that thought it was Berenstain. It's, like, everyone. Everybody. It's really weird, in my opinion. And I believe it 100%.
Huh. Well, that's a nugget of thought to keep you awake at night tonight.
Honestly. But, yeah, I guess we can wrap things up. Let's thank our Patreon babies.
Oh, yeah.
Our little babes.
Yeah, this is up here, so...
It's actually just one person.
Yeah, we've got one patron, I guess is the correct word.
Yeah, I'm fucking that all up. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel Evans, for...
Rachel. Does she spell with an E or an A?
E.
Nice!
Nice.
No offense to any of those A's out there, but...
A. Pretty Little Liars.
Oh my god. Oh my god, the Pretty Little Liars finale. Summer of A. Finale is tomorrow, and Chris is even into it
I'm
now.
hooked. Like, who is A?
Who the fuck? We're gonna see the face. But yeah, Rachel is probably like, what the fuck? I don't watch Pretty Little Liars.
Thank you, Rachel, for supporting us. You are a gem.
You are a priceless ruby. Ruby Rachel. Oh, and I do have one message. Stephanie Vivian, if you're listening to this, and you've made it, an hour and a half into the podcast, and you were like, getting ready to go to bed, and you thought she wasn't gonna fucking say anything, right? I am, and I see you, bitch. And you're trash. You know I love you. XOXO. Oh man, she's probably like screaming right now because I just mentioned Gossip Girl too. Love you, Blair.
On that note,
I guess we can probably pack it in.
So make sure you check us out on social media. Check out our...
We're on iTunes now, dudes.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully you're listening to this on iTunes because I finally got that fucking figured out.
Guys, that was a fucking... We had to get lawyers? No, I'm just kidding. It actually wasn't that bad. It just took like 2 weeks.
So now we're on CoffeeWithChrachel.com, we're on Soundcloud, and we're on iTunes, so obviously you're listening to us on one of those places.
Unless you hacked it.
Hacked.
They're in.
So you torrented this episode of...
Please don't do that. But also shout out to the person on Tumblr who uploaded the SoundCloud ones to Tumblr. That was really chill. I love you. Hey. I see you.
Again, check us out. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/CoffeeWithChrachel if you'd like to help us a little bit further. We're going to get that P.O. box set up so you
The
can...
Po box.
The Po box.
That'll be...
Po boy.
Shrimp po boy. Yo, we'll have that hooked up, and I cannot wait, because I know a lot of you guys have already gone bean shopping.
Oh my god,
and
you bean cheese.
We could call our patrons. I've been, like, trying to figure out a way to, like, talk about patrons without having to say patrons, because it's just
So
dumb.
which way can we insult
Can we
our
call
patrons?
them our benches?
Benches?
No, there are benches. The benches.
The benches?
Yeah, because, like, that's just a natural tone.
Alright.
I love it. Alright, so Rachel, you're a bench.
You're the first binge.
But, yeah, I guess we can wrap things up here. Clearly we love to talk.
Yeah, we need to shut the hell up.
Alright, stay tuned for episode 4, hopefully.
Yeah, we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.